Hello everyone. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to use Pydantic AI to create your own LLM agent and your own custom tools. And your LLM agent can call these tools. So tools could be anything like, let's say, get the current time, or search Reuters for why Tesla stock is crashing, or buy 100 shares of AMD at $160, or cancel all my open orders, that sort of thing. It could be any specific task that your LLM will parse basically what you say into calling that task. So in the next video, I'll show you how to do these cool things for trading. But in this video, I'll be very like simple. I'll show you how to just create rules, how to interact with rules, create tools and interact with tools using this Pydantic AI. So with Pydantic AI, you can either use the OpenAI's API for your LLM, so you can use GPT-4 and all that stuff, or you can use a local LLM. So in my case, since I have the MI300 from AMD, courtesy of Hot Isle, I'm going to use vLLM. So that's going to be my base model, and with that model, there's like still an OpenAI like API. So even though you're not using the OpenAI models, you're using an OpenAI compatible API to basically do all the tool calling and that sort of thing. And I'll show you how that's done. I'll shut up and let's get started. Okay, so first things first is everything I do is on Medium blogs. So this is going to have as a prerequisite the previous video on vLLM where we showed you how to like launch vLLMs with AMD's ROCm. So to do that, you SSH into your machine that has your GPU installed, and then you do docker pull ROCm vLLM latest. You don't have to memorize these commands because it's all in the Medium post. And then you go to your Docker image by doing docker run this IT and that sort of thing. So just copy and paste the commands. So now you're in their Docker image. Since all my examples will always use Jupyter, I'm going to install Jupyter in the Docker image. So pip install Jupyter. And then I'm going to go into Jupyter by doing Jupyter lab, no browser, port equals 880. We also would want allow root equals true. The reason you need that is when you logged into Docker, your root. So we do allow root. You don't need true, sorry. And then the other thing is, let's do the token. So you can do server app that token equals my token. Okay, so this will launch the Jupyter lab, and it's on port 880 on the server. To get it on your local machine, you need port forwarding, and please leave a comment if you want me to show you how to do that in a video. But with PuTTY, you go to like basically SSH tunnels, and you'll have a tunnel that'll be like, well, it's so small, it's hard to see. It says L880 and localhost 880. So that way you can use your own localhost 880 to get this to get this Jupyter notebook. So I go localhost 880, and you see I have the Jupyter notebook. And at the end, I did the server app that token is my token. That will give me my password. So I'll do here my token. Okay, so step one here is just to launch the vLLM. We're going to use the Qwen model from Alibaba because it's literally like, I think it's a really good model. It's a reasoning model. So let me show you how to do that. Again, this is literally just what I had in the previous video on vLLM. I need to put a token. So let me go to Hugging Face and get a token. So I do, and I promise my next video will be more interesting. This is just kind of showing you the basics and how to do things. Oops. Okay, so I now I do invalidate and refresh. Copy. So now when I'm here, I put my token here. I log in. Okay, so now I launched the vLLM. This is exactly as in the vLLM video. And in the Medium post, I'll link both of them, of course. So this is launching the Alibaba's Qwen 30 billion param A3B model. And note API key is ABC123 and port is 8000. And there's a few other things like enable auto tool choice and tool call parser Hermes and trust remote code. These three at the bottom you need for this model. The port 8000 gives you what's called it's going to be like your local URL. I'll show you in a second. And the API key is going to be your API key when using the OpenAI API with this model. Okay, so now let's show you how to do that while this vLLM is installing. So we need to do, first of all, pip install Pydantic AI and Gradio. And also, I wanted to say that for our example, we're going to be very simple. We're just going to show you like a tool that will you can set your age, you can set your name, and you can get your age and get your name. Nothing more, just as a starting point. Okay, so I installed these two libraries, and also Gradio is going to be used to make like a nice visualization and that sort of thing. Okay, great. So I have these two libraries installed. So now I'm going to need to set up like an OpenAI-like model. No, I'm not using OpenAI, but the API is like OpenAI's. That's why they use the names. I actually don't like the name convention, but bear with it. So for Pydantic AI providers, there's import. Sorry, providers OpenAI import OpenAI provider. Maybe I'll make the screen a little bigger. So is this the right one? Okay. And how do you make the screen bigger? Second, guys, let's make it like 150. I guess 125 is big enough. Okay. Oops, what did I do? Sorry about that. So function F11. Okay. So from Pydantic AI.providers.openai import OpenAI provider. So this is gonna be our provider, and then we also need a model. So from Pydantic AI.models.openai import OpenAI model. Yeah, I don't know why they call it that. So the provider, you do provider equals OpenAI provider. And then what do you need to put it? You need a base URL. So the base URL, that's where the port we set is important, because it's going to tell you this is running on port 8000 later on with like a URL. So let's see if it finished actually. So it's still installing. But if you go all the way down, eventually it'll say it's running on this URL. So that's going to be something that looks like this. It's going to be HTTP. I always forget it. So, let's just copy and paste from Medium. So so this is the second Medium thing related to this video. The first is on the vLLM. So here, the base URL is the port we mentioned and /v1. So it's HTTP this 2/ 8000 v1. So I write that here. Okay, so I put this here. Oops. Maybe I'm going too fast. Kind of rusty with these videos, so bear with me. Okay, so this is the base URL. And then the API key, what's the API key that we're going to use? That's where I said we defined it here as ABC123. Let me go above. This is the ABC123 here when we launched the vLLM. And then that's it for the provider. Note, if you're using OpenAI, you do OpenAI provider. API key is whatever your OpenAI API key is. And then the base URL will be the OpenAI's URL, the default thing. So, but this is because we're using vLLM, we have this. This is the provider. So now the model is going to be a model equals OpenAI model. And then for the model, we have a model name. So what's the model name? That's the Alibaba model name. So that's here where you go to Quen 30B A3B. I'm going to put it here. And then you put the provider. So I do provider equals provider. Assuming I didn't make a mistake, now I have the model. So now we define tools. So we do from Pydantic AI import tool. And whatever tool we have, we do at tool, and then we define a function. So, it's best practice to give it a good doc string, because doc strings help the LLM choose which of the tools to call. But also later you'll see there's going to be a system prompt where you can add that. But for now, it's good to have a doc string. Of course, you need the types, so then the LLM knows exactly precisely what to do. That's why it's also called Pydantic. So I can do like def get age, and I can do this returns a string, for example. Um, and then I can have a doc string saying get my age. So first of all, I can define a state that will store my name and age. So name will be none, age will be none. Okay, so I have a state that defines my name and age, and this get age function gets my age. So it's going to return state age, or let's say age not set yet. Okay, so this is the get age function. Okay, and notice I did the at tool thing. So now I can also have a get name, and then this will be get my name. Name, maybe I should write get my age, or yeah, you know what, get my name. Okay, so then I return state name, or name not set yet. And then I'm going to have a set age function. So this will take age as an int. I get, and then you can do make sure you write set my age. So I'll do state age equals age, and then it returns. Let's just say your age has been set to state age. I always make a mistake on this. Okay, so your age has been set to state age, and then we'll have the same thing for the name. So we'll do set name. Name is a string, returns a string, and then this set my name. So then I do state name equals name, and then it'll say your name has been set to state name. So assuming we did all this correctly, let's use it. So first we define our agent. So from Pydantic AI import agent. And the agent has three things. So the agent has the model. So agent equals agent. Oops, I think it's big agent. Agent equals agent. Model equals model. And then tools equals the functions we just defined with the at tool thing. So I'll do, I guess I'll just write it. Get age, get name, set age, set name. So these are the tools. And now that we have the tools, we're going to basically have, oh, there's also a system prompt you can have. So this is where like you can basically give more details of like what you are. So I wrote the system prompt here because I can never memorize what to write in it, but you can just describe stuff. Like you are like basically you can write you manage a user's name and age, use the tools provided, you list the tools, print name, print age, set name, set age, and then you can write remember your answers. I noticed that you have to write remember your answers, otherwise it doesn't really remember the answers. So yeah, be careful with that. Note, I'm gonna skip the description and just write remember your answers because that's enough for it to know. So now I have my agent. So to run the agent, because it's like asynchronous, you can get your whole answer like this. So you can do await agent.run, and then you ask like, what is my name? And then it gives you an answer. Your name has not been set yet. Would you like to set it now? And by the way, I can basically write output, I think. Okay, so when you run it now, I can say, okay, let me set my name. I'll write, my name is Trade Mamba. So now, oops, I guess I didn't call it right. Await agent.run. My name is Trade Mamba. Your name has been successfully set to Trade Mamba. Let me know if I can assist you further. Okay, so let's just make sure that it actually got the name. So now I'll run what is my name again, and look at what it gives me. It gives me your name is Trade Mamba. Let me know if you need anything else. Just a second. I think okay. Oh, to get that the response, you need something like this. So you can do like response equals agent dot run. What is my age? And then you can do response dot output. And look, oops. Oh, I need to do a wait. Sorry, guys. A wait. So now I oops spelled it wrong. Response dot output. What is my age? So usually it's straightforward, but occasionally you can do like you can set your age to 2000 and the LLM will think it's smarter than you. So it'll think, oh, there's no such thing as a 2000-year-old person. So sometimes you have to be very clear. So let's say I say like my age is 2000 and look what it says. Got it. My age is now 2000. Okay, so I guess it worked this time. Again, there's some randomization, so sometimes it messes things up. It thinks this is a year and it doesn't work. So now I can run it again. What is my age? And let's see if it worked. Okay, so this is like one way to run it. It's just basically get the whole response. Your age is 2000. Let me know if you need anything else. So there's other ways to run it. So usually, like when you're talking to like a chatbot, like Grok or ChatGPT, it like streams the answers as you go along. So you can do that. There's a few ways to do that. I don't want to get too much details, but you can do like async with agent that runs stream. What is my name as response? Async for text in response dot stream text, and then you print the text. So this is one way to do it. I guess I must have messed up somewhere here, but there's a way to do it this way. And also, you can iterate over nodes of your graph. This is a reasoning model, so it's pretty cool. So you have the user prompt model, the model request node, call tools node. So it goes through all the nodes in your graph. The LLM's like graph, which is pretty cool. So this worked when I practiced this video. It didn't work when I'm showing you, but let's not debug it now. So now I want to show you like you can create like really cool UIs with Gradio, and Gradio is just awesome, honestly. Like, and what's cool is you can share it with your friends. Of course, if you're creating a Gradio app for interactive brokers, and your app can buy real stock and sell real stock and stuff like that, don't share it with anybody. Plus, you're not allowed to share data. So, anyways, you can organize your code in blocks. So I do like with um, let me just copy this. I thought I would write it one by one, but I'll explain what this does. So with Gradio, you define the organization in blocks. So I say with gr.blocks as demo, and then I have gr.markdown. It's just basically markdown that says Pydantic AI agent chatbot. And then I have the chatbot. You have a chatbot interface by doing gr.chat interface, the function of your chatbot, and then the title is talk to the agent, and you have a description. Ask your agent about your name and age or change them. The agent uses tools and remembers your inputs. So now I can launch this, and note I can. You should probably don't do share equals true if it's like sensitive data, but if it's not, you can do share equals true, and you can also do debug equals true. Debug equals true. You can see your errors. Probably have an error here because it's giving me some warning. But anyways, you have a local URL, a public URL, and you have on your Jupyter itself, you can say like, what is my name? And then it'll give you like your name and that sort of thing. So what's cool is your name is Trade Mamba because it remembers the thing above. But you have a local URL and a public URL. So what's cool is I can share this public URL for up to a week for free, which is pretty cool. So like, and it's kind of cool. Like, usually sharing your app with people is the hardest thing, but you can now easily share your app. So I could say like, what is my age? Your age is 2000, and then I can say actually, my age is -10. Let's see what it says. Your age has been set to -10. Note this is an unusual age because they're non-negative, so it's funny. Now I say, what is my age? So it's cool because you can share this link with anyone. Anyways, I kind of rushed through this video because I'm rusty. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe. The next video will be much more interesting because I'm gonna go like really into like actually making like a trading assistant with this stuff. Anyways, thank you guys so much. Thanks to Hadal for the AMD GPUs.